Daria, good afternoon. I see your responses to the second content lesson. Let's see what we've got. So, the most important thing for us is, of course, the content. Yes, this warming content that we provide. That is, home editions are certainly important too, but I still provide the basics. Rather, I focus specifically on the content part and the formulation of these offers so that people can understand and find it interesting to watch each lesson. So, the first top 5 of our fears, how to recognize and accept them. So, now I remember the offer on how to cope with constant worry, fears, and anxiety without medication and gain self confidence, methods and techniques from specialists for overcoming internal barriers. Look, I don't see any hesitation here, meaning it would definitely be better to do it within a specific topic such as business, relationships, or health. Still, you can go even further, addressing the issue of dealing with constant anxiety, fears, and what they pertain to. What are the anxieties about? In business, it's one story. In relationships, it's another story. And there can be absolutely thousands, just millions of these different situations. Here, it would be better to choose just one. This is also from the recommendations. So, look, when we talk about warming content, of course, if we were to take relationships, for example, male-female relationships, there can also be different types. I have an expert. A psychologist from Dali, she works there. Let her be healthy, daughter. I'm telling you for sure. She works with girls who are in very critical situations, a state where things are really serious. With men, I mean everything is very bad, and they're already. So she takes action and works, and she precisely finds this audience. She structures the offers in such a way that this audience understands what she is conveying, and they come to her. So, if she works there, I don't know, with abuse, yes, with very severe abuse, to the point of, well, self-harm, then that's what she writes about. Because when everything is really bad, you need to come to me. Here, I will pull you out. Here, I will save and help you. Therefore, it is important to understand what you are working with, because I still don't understand. With constant anxiety. There are probably people who constantly worry about everything, but for them this is likely the norm. And sell them the idea that this is not normal for them. Most likely these people are just victims, and it's not very easy to work with them. I think you don't really like it either. I have a lot of psychologists, esotericists, and of course, working with victims is very difficult. And I just don't want to. So why? It's easier to find a more interesting audience and work with them. But this is something everyone decides for themselves, meaning you determine it for yourself. So here are the top 5 of our fears. So the fact that the top 5 is great, the digitization is there, that's cool, yes, our fears. But what does that mean? The first lesson, yes, it's precisely about either the reasons, yes, fears. Again, fears. Honestly, I don't really like that word because it's already scary and I'm worried as it is, and now I'm being overwhelmed by terrifying fears. So, if it can be replaced after all, fear is a retrospective formulation, meaning it describes what we currently have up to this point A. If it can be replaced with something that points to point B, that would be great, meaning a prospective formulation of what we are moving towards, not just. Although it's probably difficult to do it differently here. The top 5 of our fears in something. Here, the main task will be for people to look at what fears exist in general, which ones they have, meaning which ones specifically relate to them. It's as if they would go through a list and see, aha, I have this, this, and this. Well, that means I need to do something about it. The main task really stems from the idea that understanding the norm is not the norm. And if we sell this to them in the first lesson, then people will be interested in going to see the second and third lessons. That is the most important thing. Therefore, we need to build around this in some way, somehow. So, the second point, anxiety can be controlled. Techniques for managing anxiety in stressful situations. Well, yes, the second and third lessons are already about the techniques we provide. It can be called that. Some main, or the name of a certain technique. A technique for managing anxiety in stressful situations. I don't know, maybe in 5 minutes, for example, if I could add some digital tools, or some quick technique that you could use to help yourself here and now. Again, I need to understand what mini result I will get from this lesson. Third, the roots of self-doubt. Why do I endlessly doubt myself, and how can I believe in my own abilities? But I already have doubts, and now I have to find out why I have doubts. I don't really want to dig into this right now, you know. I want to understand and resolve something here and now. So, I would actually move this analysis into a paid program. That is, when people are already paying money, then we start to convey to them that they have insecurity. Because. So, I would still switch the second and third lessons, because logically, the techniques for managing anxiety would fit better in the third lesson, as that would be a mini result. And here are the roots of self-doubt, why I endlessly doubt myself. Well, of course it's possible. So, the first video is about fears, then uncertainty. Well, everything feels very anxious and scary, and there is a lot more here. So, I want to write something in a more positive light here, you know. It can be more or less the same content in terms of context. But still, for some reason, I want to speak in a more positive tone. Because when things are already bad and scary, I usually don't want to delve into something else that is also bad and scary. I want to go to that comfort zone, or rather, to that place where I will feel comfortable, where gentle paws will warm me, heat me, and shelter me. Therefore, the recommendations are to at least work on the formulations in order to ensure that people find it interesting to come and understand what they will receive here, and ensure that the audience fully comprehends the benefits and advantages they will gain from participating in this program. I am not looking at the home edition for now because there is still work to be done. The most important thing is precisely in this content. Okay, I will accept the homework in any case. You have 24 hours until the next lesson. Complete it, watch it, and I will also check it and provide feedback.